Alright, everybody, we are here with TEW 9. We are back with the War of Immortals save here with the WWFC Primetime Wrestling. So let's take a quick gander at last week's episode. So in our pre-show, we had Big John Studd and Kamala defeat the Killer Bees. We had Bad News Brown, Cowboy Bob Orton, and Magnificent Morocco defeat Tenru and the Fantastics. Now we had Bobby and Tony talk about the card that was coming up. Texas Tornado defeated Iron Mike Sharp. Then we had the Horsemen lay out their warning for Saturday night's main event in 3 days here for the Fabulous Freebirds. Then we had the Freebirds defeat the Islanders. Whoops. Greg the Hammer Valentine issued an open challenge which was answered by both George the Animal Steel and Rugged Ronnie Garvin. He retained his $1 million title. Harley and Barry had a war of words. The Great Muta defeated Ken Patera. Jimmy Hart. Oh, no, that's Jimmy Cornette. Says that Demolitions stand no chance in defeating the Midnight Express at Saturday night's main event. Then the Midnight Express go on to defeat the Dudley Boys for the tag team titles. The Texas Tornado warns the unknown man who has been sending messages about defeating him and sending him out of the WWFC. Harley Race and Strikeforce defeated the New Horsemen, Arn, Barry, and Tully. Jerry Lawler calls Andre a coward for, the quick victory that he got over him at King of the Ring. Then Andre defeated Hiroshi Hase. Piper says he's getting tired of Muta's antics and the sneak attacks every week. Then, in our main event, Sid Vicious defeated Roddy Piper with some help from the Great Muta. So, that was last week's episode. We got a great 90-89 from that. So, I'm going to head off. We are going to book the show, and I will be right. We are back. We have the whole show booked. Let's hop into it with our pre-show match here. In a decent pre-show match, Bad News Brown defeated Ken Patera in 10-19 by pinfall with his Ghetto Blaster. The crowd is expected in the simmering. The wrestling rating was a 59. The crowd is a 52. The segment got us a 67. Bad News had a performance of 49. Ken Patera had a 69. Bad News Brown was really off his game. Tony Schiavone and Bobby worked extremely well together. The color commentary gave it a boost. The commentary lifted it. So that's not too bad. So let's head to our opening segment of Tony and Bobby talking about our upcoming show tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another huge night of WWFC action. I'm Tony Schiavone alongside Bobby the Brain Heenan. And Brain, tonight's card is absolutely stacked. Stacked is dangerous, Schiavone. I've already taken out extra insurance just sitting next to you. That's right, Bobby. And tonight we got a huge tag team match as the Midnight Express go head-to-head with the high-flying Killer Bees. Let me tell you something. The Midnight Express aren't just a tag team. They're a machine. The Killer Bees bring a whole new hive with them if they want to survive. In our main event of the evening is going to be absolute chaos as the New Horsemen collide with an all-star, kind of a trio. Roddy Piper, Harley Race, and the Fabulous Freebirds. Are you kidding me? That's not a match. That's a fight waiting to explode. Piper is unpredictable, Race is dangerous, and the Freebirds, they don't follow rules, they break bones. Don't go anywhere, fans. This is going to be an incredible night of action. Get comfortable, Schiavone. Somebody isn't walking out under their own power tonight. So, the crowd is hot and rising. The segment got an 89. It advanced all of our storylines. Heenan clearly enjoyed having the freedom to go off script. Tony Schiavone did a masterful job improvising interactions with the crowd. Bobby has benefited from a hot catchphrase. The angle got the crowd hotter, and the angle got the crowd off to an amazing start. So let's head to our opening contest. And about that had a decent wrestling. It didn't have much heat. The Midnight Express defeated the Killer Bees in 1701. When Bobby Eaton pinned Brian Blair with a rocket launcher, the Midnight Express make defense number 4 of the WWFC World Tag Team titles. Bobby Eaton carried the match in terms of ring work. The crowd heat is hot. The wrestling rating got a 57. The crowd got a 45. The segment got us a 74. Jim Brunzell had a 49. Brian Blair had a 43. Stan Lane had a 57. Bobby Eaton had an 84. To advance the Midnight Express Demolition storyline, Stan Lane was off his game. Brian Blair and Jim Brunzell got a tag team specialist bonus. Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane showed excellent chemistry when teaming together. Tony and Bobby work extremely well on commentary. The color commentary gave it a boost. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside. Both Stan and Bobby have excellent chemistry with Jimmy Cornette, and the performance of Bobby Eaton stood out as being good in this match. So that's fantastic. I mean, he had the highest in-ring performance anyways, which probably is why it got so high. So, I mean, hey, it's really good for him. Let's head to our next segment here. Oh, I skipped right over it. That sucked. It was just a promo from Bobby and Sid talking about how they cannot wait to find out who this mystery opponent is. From what I saw, it looked like it did pretty good. So here's the next match. In a decent match, Greg Valentine defeated Genichiro Tenryu in 11-13 by submission with his figure 4. Greg Valentine makes defense number 3 of his $1 million title. The crowd heat is very hot. The segment got a 67. The crowd got a 57. The segment got a 76. Tenryu had a 67. Valentine had a 55. Advanced the Valentine, Garvin, and Steel storyline. Tony and Bobby show chemistry working together. The color commentary lifted the match, and the commentary lifted it as well. So let's head to our next segment. Everyone's been asking me the same question since I won King of the Ring. Rick Martel, what are you going to do with your prize? Well, tonight, I'm going to give you my answer loud and clear. I didn't come this far to chase personal glory. I didn't fight through the best in this business has to offer just to take the easy road. I chose something bigger. I chose respect, I chose history, and I chose a partner I trust with my career. Tito and I, we're coming for the WWFC World Tag Team Championships at SummerSlam. In Midnight Express, you've held those titles tight. You've hidden behind shortcuts, double teams, and sneak attacks, but your time is running out. The crowd heat is very hot. The segment got us a 72. The color comment gave it a boost, so that's fantastic. So, we are setting up Rick using his King of the Ring to go after the World Tag Titles with Tito. So this is going to be great. We are going to have one hell of a match at SummerSlam with these four. So let's head to the next match. In a decent match, Strike Force defeated Cowboy Bob Orton and Magnificent Morocco in 31. When Rick submitted Bob Orton with his Boston Crab. In terms of ring work, Rick Martel was head and shoulders above everybody else. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got us a 63. The crowd got a 48. The segment got an 80. Tito got a 64. 65. Rick Martel got an 84. Don Morocco got a 52. Bob Orton got a 51. King Martel and Tito showed excellent chemistry. And they got a tag team specialist, which I'm surprised these two don't have. Tony Schiavone and Bobby Heenan show excellent chemistry when on commentary, so that's fantastic. So it got an 82, which is really great. I mean, the only good performance really was Rick Martel. I mean, Tito wasn't too far behind him. So let's head to the next segment. Oh, I really wasn't expecting that. Oh, I put the same promo in twice. Oh, that's fantastic. Can I actually delete it out of there? Oh, I can. Good. Well, that's fantastic. Barry Windham, you've been walking around with the United States title thinking you earned something permanent. You didn't earn security. You earned the target. In 3 days at Saturday night's main event, I'm stepping into the ring with you, and I'm not coming to wrestle for points. I'm coming to take what you're holding. That WWFC United States title is already halfway out of your hands. You just don't know it yet. You've got the size, you got the strength, but you don't have what I got: experience, pain tolerance, and a mean streak that never went away. So enjoy carrying that title for the next 3 days. Shine it up, admire it, because when the bell rings, I'm riding out a Saturday night's main event with it. Barry Windham, your time as the United States champion ends in 3 days. So the crowd heat is very hot. The segment got us an 81. I'd advanced the Barry versus Harley storyline, and Harley Race improvised well through the segment. So let's head to the next match. I figured this one wasn't going to be good. In a poor match, the Fantastic defeated Big John Studd and Kamala in 11:38 when Bobby Fulton pinned Kamala with a fantastic flip. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 51. The crowd got a 43. The segment got us a 63. Tommy Rogers had a 48. Bobby Fulton had a 56. Kamala had a 53. And Big John Studd had a 48. Tony and Bobby worked extremely well on commentary. The commentary quality lifted the match. The color commentary gave it a boost. Teddy Long did good work at ringside, and Colonel Robert Parker did good work at ringside. I'm surprised the Fantastics don't actually have chemistry. That's quite surprising. So let's head to the next segment. Jerry Lawler, you call yourself a king. You call me a coward. You say I have no manhood. At SummerSlam, I will show you what a real giant does to a little king. You like to talk, you like to run your mouth, but you cannot run from me. In that ring, there will be no laughing, no jokes, only pain. Lawler, I will not wrestle you. I will not play with you at SummerSlam. I will put you out of your misery. You wanted the giant, and now you have him. So the crowd heat is very hot. The segment got us an 82. It advanced the Andre versus Jerry Lawler storyline. So at SummerSlam, we will see these two head up one more match. I thought about doing it at Saturday night's main event, but I figured about just pushing it back a little bit to SummerSlam so that we can get a couple of other matches on the card at Saturday night's main event. So let's head to our next match, which is Andre's match. In a decent match, Andre the Giant defeated Haku in 13:30 by pinfall. The crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got a 69, the crowd got a 69, and the segment got us an 80. So Andre had an in-ring of 68. Haku had a 69, and it advanced the Andre versus Jerry Lawler storyline. Tony Schiavone and Bobby worked extremely well together on commentary, which is a good thing, which is probably kind of what boosted it up a whole lot. I also know that this storyline is really hot, too. So, let's head to our next segment. Man, I love this band's promos. Great Muda, in the 3 days at Saturday night's main event, you're going to step into my world, and I promise you, you're going to wish you'd picked someone else to fight. You keep telling me, Piper, watch out for the mist. Watch out for the mind games. Let me tell you something. I don't play mind games. I end them. You like smoke and mirrors. You like mystery. Well, I like fists and I like pain. And I like looking right into a man's eyes when I break his will. Muda, I'm not coming to wrestle you. I'm coming to take you out. I'm coming to leave you laid out in the middle of the ring, staring up at the lights, wondering why you ever stepped into the ring with Rowdy Roddy Piper. In 3 days of Saturday night's main event, the legend fades and the smoke clears. And what's left is me standing over you. So the crowd heat is very hot. The segment got a 94. It advanced Piper versus Muda. Piper improvised really well throughout the segment, and he benefited from having a hot catchphrase. Let's check out the dirt sheets. He got a bonus on the road agent work and the crowd heat too, so that's fantastic. So let's head to our main event. I got an 82. That's not too bad, I guess. In a boat that had great wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Roddy Piper, Harley Race, and the Fabulous Freebirds defeated the New Horsemen Arn, Tully, Barry, and Sid in 21-21 when Piper pinned Tully Blanchard. Michael Hayes was the weak link, which doesn't surprise me. He's kind of got the lowest pop on this. So the crowd heat is very hot. The wrestling rating got an 83. The crowd rating got a 69. It got us an 82. Sid had a 94. Barry had a 92. Tully had a 73. Arn had a 92. Harley had a 92. Terry had a 76. Michael P.S. Hayes had a 47. Roddy Piper had a 95. It advanced the three storylines. Tully was off his game. Michael was off his game. Oh, okay. I should have made it just a tad bit shorter. Tony and Bobby had excellent chemistry. The match dragged at the end for an all-out pace, so I'm assuming it can't go over 20 minutes. Sid benefited from having a hot catchphrase, and the match got the crowd buzzing, so let's end the show there. We got an 81. The show would have increased in one region. We didn't increase in one region. In Canada, and the 6 in Mexico. Jim Brunzell was used too much, so was Brian Blair. Which, I mean, hey, it is what it is. So, that is the end for tonight's episode. The financial report, we got $1 million for that. That's fantastic. And we gained one in British Columbia. That's it. And that is everything for this episode. I will see you in the next one.